G'day, Kevin Hillier and Steve Tom with the wrap of the first week of the senior finals. And we saw some beauties this weekend, Stevie. Let's start in Division 1 on the Saturday games for Division 1, 2 and 3. First up, Werribee Districts. Gee, they were good.
They were fantastic. Ruthless, their pressure, their gang tackling. They didn't give Hoppers Crossing a chance, especially about halfway through that third quarter. It was all Werribee Districts. And Hoppers just got to regroup a little bit, and they've got to get a bit more physical, but some outstanding the small brigade of Werribee Districts in Miller, look, Matty Dean and Panay and Kalia and Little Paddy, they are just awesome.
They are very, very good. Hoppers got a bit of work to do to get through to the deeper into the finals. Let's have a look at Division 2. Wyndham Vale are into their first senior grand final in the history of the footy club.
Yeah, well done to them. That's a great achievement to start with. To get into that grand final. Gary Turner was down there watching the game for us today, and the report that he come back that West Footscray maybe fell into a couple of old habits, just a little bit slow, no drive from that half-back line, no run and drive. A couple of their taller, bigger body players really struggled to get to the contest, but Wyndham Vale on the opposite side of the coin, Dan Janowski, absolutely fantastic. O'Shea on and off the ground, but created that target when need be up forward. And Chris Graham, reasonably quiet by all reports, but there's some good signs that if he can get himself into the game a little bit in a couple of weeks' time in the grand final, some good signs from Wyndham Vale. So well done to them. Now West have got this cutthroat final.
And in Division 3 on Saturday, it was a tight finish in the end, just 4 points difference between Parkside and Auburn. But the team that nearly went into liquidation at the start of the season is in a grand final. Yeah,
well done to Parkside. Matty Boyd is as Nathan Boyd, as coach down there at Parkside. Sorry, Boydie. He'd be pretty happy. It's a great achievement from where they were in late March even. So to get through. But tell you what, they just hung on. Auburn come home with a full head of steam at the end. And, by all reports, what we heard from Andrew Mead, who was covering the game for us down there today, give it another 5 or 10 minutes, they may have got over the line, but they didn't. So well done to Parkside. Now, Auburn I don't know how many preliminary finals they've played over the years down at Cobberland, but they've got to get through that next week to have another crack at Parkside.
All right, that's a wrap of the Saturday games. Let's have a look now what happened on Sunday. The WRFL from week 1 of the finals, Tomsy, and Spotswood got up and they've moved a little deeper into the finals.
Yeah, they have. They'd be pretty wrapped down there. I mean, from what where they started off at the start of the year, once again with numbers and, big turnaround at Spotswood. I think 13 of their players from last year's grand final weren't playing so far this year, and even yesterday's the game against Altona. So, it's a good win for them to achieve something. They'll just slowly progress, take each week at a time. The cliche down at Spotswood, but Altona, look, they'd be disappointed. Of course, you're disappointed losing a cutthroat final, but Joshy Russo, Posty down there, all the senior players, they've got a great young group of players at Altona, and they'll be, I think, pretty happy and content to achieve playing finals to start with in 2015.
Right, and in Division 2 games, let's have a look at that one. North Footscray, who'd have thought it?
Who'd have thought it? I tell you what, the Hoppers Crossing connection of Walsh and Ball Ace as co-coaches have done a great job. And, they've got some good players. Northwest, a good even spread, in that side. We talk about Hall, his talent, and Kerry Murphy and those sort of guys, but it was just such a good team performance. I mean, of course, you've got a couple of players that stood out for them in their win today. But, I love their spread, the way they spread all over the ground, and even contribution through all their players, from 15 to 22 in the end.
Right, let's have a look at the Division 3 game from Sunday. And Wyndham Suns, despite all the momentum being in the wrong direction, they've actually got up and won.
Oh, look, I tell you what, forget momentum, forget anything. The second part of the season, Kev, when it comes to the finals, when it starts, they've had a horrid last 8 weeks. A lot of injuries, no excuse. But Matt Studley, take my hat off to him. He got their playing group primed, I suppose, for a final today. And they've got over a ramp at Sanctuary Lakes who was going in with momentum. So to all the crew down at Wyndham Suns, that's a great achievement. Their first year, we mentioned the reserves into a grand final already. Their seniors at another week surviving. So let's hope that Matt Studley can get them up and running for another cutthroat final next week. It's all a game for Wyndham Suns now.
Yep. That's our wrap of the first week of the senior finals.